Today I'm going to be showing my Nyx Prime build. Honestly, this is a warframe I have very much overlooked for a very long time, only until recently. So let me just get right into this. For Archon shards, we're going with 2 orange, both for ability strength on radiation status effect, and 2 yellows for casting speed, because in my opinion, her casting speed is honestly really bad and she needs to cast faster. And then 1 red for ability strength, just base ability strength. This is what the stats come out to. Not too bad. Now her this is a different build that I currently have on. This isn't my main one, but I have Corvex's pillars as the helmet ability for this build. Honestly, it's really good. Like, something that I never would have thought that would work ever, and honestly, worth checking out. But let me go to the main build. Alright, this is not the main build, so we're gonna go over here. Alright, these are the stats for the main, or mods for the main build that I have. Not too bad. And then these are the arcanes, the classics, freaking augmented and energized. Stats what they come out to in off of that build, but honestly, it still goes hard. You activate her 4 to become invincible. Her 3, as you can imagine, for anybody who plays Nyx, makes enemies fight each other. Psych bolts also, or no, they psych bolts armor strip, and supposedly on death it's supposed to give you overguard. I don't really know how it fully works, but I do get overguard when they die. Sometimes it feels like it doesn't feel like all the time I get overguard, but it's only supposed to be like a little bit. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I have no idea, but you don't really need it for the overguard since this is always active for my build. So it's kind of just there for armor stripping. And then I have Oberon's Smite as the helmet ability, because not only does it also do overguarding, wow, armor stripping, but for Eximus units, it just completely deletes their overguard. And from what I've seen, also take half of their health away. That's just from what I've played against with, like, I've run this build in level 4,000 enemies. I was trying to do level cap, and unfortunately I was a little too slow, but whatever. And yeah, it was a buddy of mine that suggested Smite, and honestly it goes very well with Nyx Prime, so definitely worth giving it a check out. And the weapon I like to run with her to make sure her energy keeps up is Tenet Glaxion. I have grown to really like Tenet Glaxion over the course of a couple weeks, because it's a really good status spreader for cold and anything else that you have. For the build, I go for an initial radiation proc or status. I am slowly getting it up to 60 from like merging weapons together from other Tenet Glaxions, so I'm slowly getting that up to 60. And this is the stats. Doesn't look too good, but honestly it really shreds. These are the mods to run on the build. And the arcane is primary frostbite. Now I'm pretty sure you can get this from Archimedia Yonta in the Zeraman for what is it called? Lua Thrax Plasms. I'm pretty sure, because that's where I remember getting mine. Now that's pretty much it. You can run basically any other secondary you want. You can run any melee you want. The build is literally meant for her to stay completely invulnerable. Basically, you're playing Revenant, but it's a lot more cheating. And well, yeah. But that is what I really like to use. Oh, I should also say, for the reason that the I like to play Tenet Glaxion is because of its augment photon charge. It gives you all around, I think it gives you a 20% chance on status effect because it can stack up to 10 times. 10 times 2 is 20. So it can give you up to a 20% chance of getting a cold, or a not cold status effect, energy orb, which is why we also try to run a lot more cold status than anything else, because getting a lot of free energy is, you know, a lot of fun. And yeah, I guess that's basically the build and what I like to use with her. So like I said, you can really run any melee, it doesn't really matter. Any secondary that you find good. I like to use sometimes Compressa Prime, sometimes I like to use OcuCore, sometimes I really like to use Dual Toxicist. That's a good one. I never really run my Kuvanu core, and I kind of should, but nah. Honestly, I've never had a good opinion on it. But yeah, you can run basically whatever you want, any melee, any secondary, like I said. This is just what I like to use for the primary. But Nyx Prime, honestly, I have slept on her for so long, and she's honestly become one of my favorite Warframes out of all of them. So I really do hope you guys check out the video and try the build, see what you would do, mix with it a little bit, try to get your own builds going. But yeah, this is just what I like to run, and I'm glad that you stayed to watch the video.